Hello and welcome back to my channel, Handmade Crafts by LaCil. How is everyone? How are you? How are you doing? I hope everyone is well. Many blessings, positive vibes, health, wealth, prosperity, abundance, love, just everything positive. I hope everyone is having a positive and blessed and happy evening, day, afternoon, whatever's going on in your world right now, time wise. But now I hope everyone is doing well. So let me tell you my red. Right now I'm just making some waist beads. I'm using C beads in size 6. I got these from Bead Craft. I got these from Bead Craft. Everything is linked in the description box. These are, please like, share, and subscribe too. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. I only post like once a week. Different crafts that I'll be doing or projects I got going on. So, yeah, please like, share, subscribe. And also you can find my waist beads, my handmade soap, and handmade necklaces, all of that you can find on my website, which is handmadecraftsbylacilk.com. Okay, handmadecraftsbylacilk.com. So anyway, back to what I was about to tell you, right? Oh, you may hear my dog. That's Pep. She over there playing and doing something, I don't know. But so I was planning for this project. I apologize for taking so long to post, but I have not received my items that I wanted to record me making, on my channel. I haven't received them yet. So I have this idea of these earrings that I was planning on making, and I have to show you, like from scratch, like down to like really creating these earrings. So anyway, I was waiting for the supplies to come. The supplies didn't come yet. So I said, let me just post a video about waist beads, and how to make them, because you can never go wrong with that. That never gets old, right? So here we are today. Mind you, I'm making all of these items for orders and also for future pop-up shops. Haha. So I remember I was trying to explain before how I don't cut the string when it's still attached to the spool here. I think you call it the spool. If I said that wrong, correct me. The spindle, whatever. I keep it attached because when I'm making a lot of waist beads, instead of me keep cutting and manipulating the string, because doing this to the string takes some time. You have to be very patient with this string. So I would prefer to just make the beads, and then at the end I cut them in the proper places. So when I'm making waist beads without the clasp, I usually make them long, maybe about the most 48 to 50 inches, right? And that's only to support like all different waist sizes. I do have some that are longer, but like the standard size, I would go from like 48 to 50 inches long, and you cut them to the size of your waist. So if you are a size, let's say a size 42 waist, right? So I'm gonna give you a waist bead that's like a size 48, 50 inches, and you just cut it down to your size, but if, what's that? Oh, that's my jaw phone. What? They emailing at 8:50. Who emailing me at 8:51 at night? What? Anyway, so like if you're bigger than that, of course I'm gonna have your size, but then it'll be longer. So like I'm trying to make them long enough to accommodate everybody, as opposed to making 5 size 28 waist beads, you know, 3 in blue, 5 in yellow, like, you know, something like that. Instead of me doing that, I could just make, you know, 5 waist beads that accommodate for a whole bunch of people, like, you know, and I could just cut them down to size. Now I know that's like a waste on beads, but at the same time, you know, it's also beneficial not only for time, but also when you making, you know, it makes your making the beads, you know, makes your job a little easier, because you don't have to constantly pull out the tape measure and keep measuring. And I've done it, so I'm telling you stuff that I've actually done. So you don't want to keep taking out the tape measure and then taking this string, and then you have to measure out, and you know, you making, like I said, 5 yellow, 3 blues, and only a size 28. You know, you still got to do, let's say, a 29, a 30, a 31, a 32. So you don't want to do that. And that's what I've learned with my experience, because I don't want to do that. So I said, let me take a different route. And I just make a bunch of beads, all kinds of colors and styles. And I'd rather just be cutting, and then, you know, you're wasting beads, or maybe you could reuse them, but I would prefer to just cut them and throw them away, because you're sizing them up on a person and not trying to say like, oh, because it's sanitary, which it could be, but it's also more like when you sizing beads on a person, that's their beads, so you can give them their beads you know, when you finish cutting them to the size, because they purchase all of that, that's their beads. So, and that's like their, I want to see like their energy, their, you know, what makes them theirs. So I would just throw them out, or, you know, some people prefer to tie on their own waist beads, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you know, it is what it is. So that's the tactic I decided to take. I said that I am going to make a bunch of these beads, and you know, cut them down to size. And I don't mind wasting beads, because it's just you know, if this is not your thing, being patient and doing all of this, it will drive you up the wall. So you have to have a lot of patience, and you just have to know how to, you know, make it work for you. That's all. So this alone, I could just put, because I have a lot of strings, so I could just put a lot of waist beads. I could maybe get about 20 out of this that's left, waist beads. So instead of me making like each in each size, and then, you know, because I've done several pop-up shops, and I'm not even saying that on no brag, but it's like, even at the pop-up shop, you have to pull out this tape measure, and yes, of course, you're gonna measure the waist. Yes, that's a must. But then you gotta measure the beads too, and it's like, I don't be labeling them what size they are, you know, the ones that tie. So it's just like, no, we just gonna make this all one. But the ones that are have the clasp on it, that definitely is like size, you have to have that sized up. But the one, I mean, you have to have all of them, but like the clasp is very, very particular. So if you are 28 inches, it's gonna be 28 inches, the waist beads with the clasp, like, you know, it's gonna be on point. But if you 28 inches and it's no clasp, like for example what I'm making right now, then you have to cut it down to your waist, you know, and tie it. So it'll kind of be of a different fit. So right now I'm just, because I've manipulated this string more than enough, so I'm going to chalk this up to beads that's being too small. So I've just been sitting here breaking the beads. Because it'll make my job easier. But yeah, so, whoop. Did that break? No. But yeah, so that's what I've been trying to do. That's what I've been doing. I'm trying to break this bead. Hold on. I get it down like that. I be scared like it's gonna pop in my eye, so while I'm pressing, I'm also turning my head. That's why it's taking so long. No. But yeah, so that's something to keep in mind, you know, when you want to be a vendor at a pop-up shop. How can you make things more convenient? Because it's like your actual store, you know, you got to think about that. It's like your store. So you want certain things in your store and you want it to be convenient, you know. So what can make things move faster? You know, if I could just make a certain amount of waist beads in different colors, I could not only sell more beads, but also, you know, I have women who have purchased, you know, beads from me, and they didn't even realize like they can even have beads in their size, you know what I'm saying? And they don't mind paying extra and stuff like that. And some of them are specially ordered because I don't take a lot of those to pop-up shop. Like, I'm talking about past, you know, 55, 60, like bigger waist, you know. So I don't make a whole lot of those, but the ones that I do have and I do sell, it shocks a lot of women. Like, oh shoot, you make my size or whatever, you know. And like I said before, I prefer to do that size with like a clasp. You know, you could take it on and take it off. But yeah, it's just a better way to function when you in an environment like that. Not to say like it's all fast paced and like you know, like you at a fast food restaurant, which your pop-up shop might be, you know. I'm not saying that it won't and it can't, but I just like to be prepared and make things go faster, because the part two of this is then I have to package this stuff. I have to package the items. And the way I package these items, that takes up more time. So I'm like, I'm going to cut my time shorter by just doing certain things that just makes more sense to me. And it may make more sense to you. So yeah, and the new items that's at my pop-up shop will be these earrings. Hopefully I get the supplies soon and I could show you these earrings that I plan on making. And the other feature item will be my soap. You know, my chocolate and coffee soap, and then my coffee and brown sugar soap. So those would be like my two new featured items, which is on my website. My soap is on the website. The earrings are not on the website yet because I'm trying, you know, I'm going to wait. I'm not trying. I'm going to wait until I get the stuff that I am looking for. You know, my package. That's what I'm saying. Looking at my package. So I'm waiting for it to arrive, so that way I can show you live how I'm going to make these earrings and I'm going to sell them. And I don't know if I'm going to put those. I may put those on my website. I'm not even really sure yet. Depending on how they turn out. But I know it's going to turn out good. But still, I just want to see how it turn out. But, you know, it's definitely going to be on my pop-up shop table. So I don't know if you can see this. I was trying to see if you can see this. So I'm doing blue on blue. So it's like turquoise on like a royal blue. These beads are real good beads too. I've been wearing these beads since I want to say about almost 2 months. Maybe about almost 2 months I've been wearing my waist beads with the little glass beads on there. And I'm going to say they did not turn colors. My skin is not irritated. Now that little charm, that little brass charm that I believe I showed y'all when I made those beads. I think I made those. That's sad. I gotta go back and see. But that brass charm, I have very sensitive skin, and that did break me out. I haven't made beads, another set of beads. Remember I said I tied them too tight, and I know that's why they pop. But I haven't made another set with that charm yet because my skin is very sensitive, and that's why thinking about my soap. You know, I didn't really talk too much about my soap, but my soap, I have very, very, very sensitive skin. And I make my soap all natural. It's no chemicals in it, anything. Hold up. Try to break this bead. It's no chemicals, it's natural, you know, products. I'm trying to break the bead. Hold on. I gotta concentrate when you're doing stuff like this because you don't want this to pop in your eye. As a matter of fact, I don't recommend that you even do this in your home. Don't be like me. And even sometimes it's hard to break these glass beads. Woo. Did y'all hear that? I know Pepper saw it because she looked right on around. You good? I gave her a piece of bacon earlier today. She's my best friend all day. Anywho, yeah, so I haven't received any. Okay, that's good. I haven't received any allergic reaction from these glass beads that I told you I got from Amazon. I was kind of testing them out. So, seems to be good. Seems to be good. I still have my beads, the other two set on. I still have those on. So, yeah. I like those. I'm going to order some more. I also going to order some glow-in-the-dark beads, too. I'm going to order some more of those. And, some more. Have I? No, those wasn't glow-in-the-dark beads I'm thinking of. Those were neon beads that I had. And I couldn't even use them because the color, once they touched water, that color just came off. So this is going to be my new experience with the glow-in-the-dark beads. Yup, surely is. I haven't had any glow-in-the-dark beads. So I'm going to try those out. And that's something that's going to be on my table during, you know, the pop-up shops. It's springtime, you know. So it's going to be a lot of pop-up shops. And, well, allegedly spring. Spring started, well, March 21st over here in New York, in Manhattan. So, you know, it was cold today. New York doesn't really get a spring. That's the funny part about it. But it was cold today. And of course I had on the wrong jacket. And if you're a car person, you know, times like this, you always gonna have on the wrong clothes because we're hopping in and out of cars and it's not right. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm not justifying anything, but that's how you get sick. So I have on a leather jacket. And I'm just gonna go with God. Hopefully I'll be okay. I'm trying to break this bead. For some reason, this blue pack has a lot of these beads that's not fitting. Like the holes are small. Very strange. But anywho, yeah, these beads, they A1. I ain't mad at them. They doing their job. And so, yeah. How is everyone? The retrograde has ended. We're now Aries season. Happy birthday to all Aries out there. I'm an Aries. So I'm going to represent for all my Aries. And that probably sounds so messed up. And I apologize to you other signs. And, you know, happy birthday to y'all as well. But this is Aries season, and I have to represent for my fellow Arians, right? So Aries, we gonna be outside. I suspect while birthdays, you know, we're gonna be outside. Or maybe I could do this like this. Okay, maybe I could do that. So comment below what y'all doing for y'all birthday, Aries. I'm not sure what I'm doing for mine, but I know I took off a week of work. I'm gonna be on vacation. I don't care if I don't do nothing on this vacation. I want to do nothing in my home or in someplace relaxing. Maybe a spa. Maybe I'll go to the spa. I didn't really think about what I was doing for my birthday. I just knew I wasn't going to work for that week. And I know some of my coworkers watching. I don't give a damn. Yup, can't wait. So comment below what y'all got planned for y'all birthdays. And here we go. So yeah, this particular person, they wanted blue on blue. I was just gonna make some waist beads for the video, but I forgot that this particular person wanted blue on blue. So let me tell you, I be busy. If sometimes the orders don't always come through on the .com, you know, sometimes I get the orders on the walk around, and this is one of them orders. So I'm just making some beads, but yeah, I like these beads. The other glow in the dark, see, my problem is this: I be on Amazon, right? And I be on Amazon, and I just okay, I just be like, I get into the creative mind, and then I'm like, oh, I could do this with that, with this. And next thing you know, I go looking to see if I could find the products and stuff, and boom, that's when I come up with an idea. Like, I could just make X, Y, and Z, and that'll be dope. So these beads that I'm gonna get that's glow in the dark, they're like out of the ordinary. I don't even know if I could use those for waist beading, but I figure that I'm gonna try it. Oh snap, I'm gonna try it because the way they was talking about the real uses for these beads, I mean, they gotta be sturdy, so I have to try them. And then the earrings, when I show you these earrings, y'all probably remember these earrings too. Y'all probably remember these earrings. They kind of a throwback. Hold up. 2, 4, 6. So I'm counting out beads because I'm doing a pattern. If you watch some of my older videos, you'll understand. I am very particular with these patterns. So anyway, yeah, I just couldn't wait to get the supplies for these earrings, and I was just so disappointed. I'm like, oh my god, that was gonna be my next video, but the show must go on, right? I'm trying. I don't know if y'all can even see what I'm doing at this point. I'm just chatting and circling this thing here, huh? The bees finna. My dog over here playing. It's 9:11. You not tired? This is not past your bedtime. She not gonna go to sleep until I go to sleep. So I don't even know why I'm talking like this. Right? But anyway, yeah, we in our fake spring. And I'm just sitting here just blooming and blossoming and all that stuff with these ideas. And I just can't wait till here she goes shaking stuff up. I just can't wait to share it with y'all, you know. And, you know, hopefully it can help a lot of y'all too. I appreciate y'all for watching. I do. I really appreciate y'all for liking and subscribing and even sharing. I'm quite sure my videos have been shared too. But I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate the comments, you know, on my website. You know, reviews is always welcome, you know, because a review will, here she go, just moving stuff. Girl, if you don't sit down, you can't come up here with me. No, you gotta wait. Reviews is just a way to, you know, how can I put it? Make my craft better. You know what I'm saying? Yo, stop. Because she trying to be sassy. No, stop. Wait a minute. Hold on. Just hold on. Hold on. I said bedtime and she said, yeah, hurry this along. Right. But anyway, you know, it helps me to better my craft, and it also helps, you know, me to better products. You know, there's nothing wrong with giving your opinion on products, giving your opinion on stuff, because not only to each his own, but constructive criticism helps. Like it just helps. You know, everybody is not like me, and really no one's like you, but meaning everyone's not gonna agree with what your idea is. So what you think smell good may not smell good to somebody else. What you think look good may not look good to somebody else. So, you know, you always appreciate, well, you should appreciate, like, criticism, constructive criticism, not like rude, nasty criticism, but like, you know, criticism that can help you out. You should appreciate that. So I appreciate those reviews and everything else that helps me to better what I'm doing, you know. So yeah, but right now I have on my heater. I could feel the wind through my window. That's why I said we have a bootleg spring, because why I feel like it's 2 degrees outside. Mind you, I own a leather jacket today, and tomorrow, like, I have to figure out what jacket I'm gonna wear because I took off my coat. So it's like, that's how people get sick. So now I have to figure out what coat I'm gonna wear. Not really like a coat, but like coat meaning like a pea coat, like a wool coat maybe, because I have a little leather crop jacket. But I don't know, because this is like, this the weather you're sick in. I think I'm gonna leave this like this. I like that. So I had to change up my whole outfit and everything. And then mind you, on Thursday it's gonna be like 70, 80 degrees. Like, spring wear. This is, you could go, people, as a matter of fact, true story, people out here catching the flu. It's supposed to be warmer and people out here catching the flu. That's how you know this weather is wicked. They out here catching the flu. This is something. Isn't flu season like in like September during the winter? This is about to be April. So it's real out here. It's real. But I'm just glad it's not snowing. 'Cause that's a whole nother, oh gosh, whole nother beast. By the way, I'm located in Harlem, New York. Harlem World. Harlem. My whole life, Harlem. So that's where I'm ranting from about this weather. But anywho, hold on, I'm gonna give y'all a little preview of what we working with. Because I'm not even cut the string. I'm gonna leave this bead on there because I have to make some more. But this is how it looks so far. And I also, you know, I'm going to try to record me like going bead shopping. I don't know if I'm even capable of doing that because I be so like mesmerized with like all these different beads. Like when I go to bead craft that I don't even know. I don't know if I could function like that, hold the camera and see the beads. I'm telling you, they have some nice, bright beads. Like I'm talking about, I be getting yellows in this size 6 CB. I be getting yellows. I be getting orange. Oh, that orange. Yes, I'm gonna have to get that orange one back. And then, you know, you got the whites, the reds, they got browns, they got other colors, they got turquoise. I also have some other kind of blue. It's this blue, and it's a brighter, this is like a, I guess it's like a sea blue, because that other blue, and I have some beads over there, that's that blue I'm talking about. That was the last bit of it. Those are like a turquoise blue. And I wear those. I just poked myself with the needle. I wear those with like I wear it as a necklace, but I wear it with like red. If you wear it with like reds and stuff like that, oh my god, it's the bomb.com. I just love that. I love that blue. So I don't know, one day I want to try to maybe make a video while I'm in that store so y'all can see the beads that I'm talking about and the different colors. I poked myself with the needle. I don't know if y'all can see that. Oh gosh, that hurts so much. But yeah, be careful because these wide eye needles at the end is pointy. But this is what I have so far. I just love that color. I'm gonna get another pack of these too. So yeah, that's what I have so far. The next one that I make is gonna be red. Oh, also I get the charms from there too. I get the charms from Bead Craft as well. The if you watching my previous video, you'll see, maybe not the immediate previous one, but you'll see the little charm that I'm talking about. It's like a little man face, African kind of statue. I can't describe it, but it's nice. It's nice. You go check that out. But yup, I don't know. I'm gonna have to practice that maybe. Maybe no, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So thank you for joining me today and listen to my nonsense. I appreciate y'all. And not only that, I will be seeing you very soon, because when I get my package with the stuff that I really wanted to show you, which I don't mind showing this waist beading video, but you know, I just put one out there. You don't want one back to back. So hopefully that'll be my next video of my earrings that I got planned. Until then, I wish y'all the best. See you later. And have a very blessed, positive day, week, month, year. See y'all.